Hello, I'm Kaan, and today I will give you my thoughts and responses about this book named The Absolutely True Diary of a Part-Time Indian. This book is a young adult book written by Sherman Alexie in 2007. It's about the life of an Indian boy named Junior. Junior is a weird kid. He likes to draw cartoons, but he was born with too much cerebral spinal fluid, which is a fancy way of saying brain grease as Junior describes it. He has a large head and feet. He has 10 extra teeth and he usually stutters. So you understand the struggles he goes through. For reasons like this, people generally mock him. He lives in this Indian reservation which he describes as a place that people with no hope lives. People in this reservation are very poor and most of them are alcoholics, including Junior's parents. One day his teacher tells him that he needs to get out of this place to have a future and hope. He discusses with his parents and they somehow accept. The people in the reservation doesn't like this and call Junior a traitor. He starts to go to the school outside of the reservation, which is full of rich white people. He is the only Indian and poor person in that school. He feels like he has two different identities, one for the reservation and one for the school. The rest of the book shows his struggles and how he tries to solve these problems. Poverty, hope, identity, home, and isolation are the major topics in this book. I would say identity is one of the most important because that's how the book got its name. Junior says that he is a part-time Indian because he is the poor Indian junior in one half of the day and Arnold that goes to a white school in the other half. Arnold is his real name, by the way. I also want to talk about isolation. He has a poor eyesight, a stutter, seizures, and other things like that because of the water in his brain. These cause him to be a social outcast most of the time. Also, when he transfers to the other school in Reardon, he feels really alone, both in reservation and school. Hope is also pretty important because that's the reason why Junior transferred to the other school, to have a future, not to be hopeless. He had hard times when he transferred to the other school, but he still had hope. Hope was the only thing that kept him going. So, fellow readers, never lose hope. So, I read this article about the book. It said that this book was banned in some schools in Idaho. Parents didn't want their children to read the book because it contained filthy words, reference to masturbation, and things that we don't speak in home. They somehow found this anti-Christian. Like, seriously? They probably said that because of the sexual content. Well, this book is not about sex. There are a few times where things like that are mentioned, but hey, it's life. A few should be normal. They even teach it in school. Your kids probably know all of those things, crazy parent. We see filthy words and sexual content in television, movies, other books. Most of those are a lot more intense than how they are in the book. Why don't you try to ban them? What is so special about this book? The things that you gain when you read this book are worth it. It will probably make your children a better person. Just a few curse words and sexual content won't harm your children. They hear it every day. Now, I will share some of my ideas about the book. It is probably one of the best books, if not the best book that I read this year. It kept me reading, reading and reading. Sometimes I read it for 3 straight hours. And believe me, I don't attach to books so easily. There are a few that gets my interest and attention. This book is written by Junior's point of view, so you can understand what he feels and thinks. Also, the choice of words and use of language really makes you think that Junior is a real person. Throughout the book, you can see some cartoons that Junior drew. Here's an example. It's pretty good. And another one. Maybe this is a little inappropriate, whatever. These also make you think the same thing. The book is also very funny, but it can be emotional too. It was just really fun to read it, definitely worth my time. Here's a quote from the book. Okay, so you know that I'm a cartoonist, and I think that I'm pretty good at it too. But no matter how good I am, my cartoons will never take the place of food or money. I wish I could draw a peanut butter and jelly sandwich or a fistful of $20 bills and perform some magic trick and make it real. But I can't do that. Nobody can do that. Not even the hungriest magician in the world. I wish I were magical, but I'm really just the poorest reservation kid living with his poorest family on the poorest Spokane Indian reservation. This is one of my favorite quotes in the book. We can see what Junior thinks about his life. We can see the reason why he went to the all-white school in Reardon. This book is for everyone, but I especially recommend it to teenagers because of the book's genre and point of view. It is much easier for teenagers to relate to Junior. I rate this book 4.5 cartoons out of 5. And that's the end of my review, and I hope this helped you in some way.